Right, so good morning once again, and it's time for the news review. Good morning to you, Animwene Mado.
Good morning to
the
you,
Honorable.
the Israelite, the
Welcome to
legend.
the pink thing.
Yes, it's a pink Wednesday.
Okay. Pink October, I guess.
It's Pink October, yes. So we're going pink, nose masks and all. But welcome. This is the AM show. And if you're just waking up, well, good for you. So good for you. I would give anything to be in bed right now, chilling under my duvet.
Why?
Because it feels good.
Yeah, but
Doesn't
we have
it?
to work.
Of course we do, which is why we're here. And on time and about to get into the newspapers.
Yes, and I'm going to start with the Daily Graphic. Do you have a problem with that?
Not at all. I said this week I'm behaving myself. So yeah.
Okay,
Go
so
for it.
133 FM stations granted provisional licenses, Radio Gold, Radio XYZ among applicants. And are the main things we'll be looking at today. But a total of 133 FM radio broadcast stations, including new applicants, could soon start operating. This follows the decision by the governing board of the National Communications Authority to approve the licenses of the unnamed radio broadcasting stations. However, the approval from the board is subject to the applicants attending a sensitization workshop next Tuesday, October 19, on the terms and conditions of FM radio broadcasting authorizations. So the big news in there is that two radio stations that were shut down in a 2017 FM audit are going to get their licenses back. What is not clear, though, is whether they are going to get the frequencies that they had initially. So Radio Gold, for instance, had 90.5. Don't know whether they're going to get that 90.5 back. Okay, but
Sorry, Israel, we don't know or they don't actually know.
okay, so the NC hasn't said, and
So it's possible they may not get their frequencies back.
it's possible. Yeah, if
That's interesting. That it just means rebranding, and because with something like Radio Gold, for years Radio Gold 90.5, like it's like Joy 99.7, and then imagine if
But
suddenly
anyway, it's a question we should ask. We should find out from the NCA whether Radio Gold can get the 90.5 back.
I mean, as far as I can see, it hasn't been given out to anyone else.
I don't think it has been given out to anyone else. But you never know. In the approval of 133
Somebody else may have.
authorizations,
Oh,
they probably
gosh.
have given it.
133. It's a lot.
It's a lot. But I suspect the 133 definitely won't be just in Accra.
Yeah, no, obviously.
It's all over the country. So
Interesting.
okay. But in other news, Kenya-Somalia awaits key sea border ruling. Okay, but this ruling has actually been made, and President Uhuru Kenyatta of Kenya has said he totally rejects the ruling. So that's the very latest on that. Nigerian women children escape from Islamists. Okay. And still in international news, Kim vows to build invincible military. And right. And in gender, ECOWAS strategizes to combat gender-based violence, whilst Queen mothers have been schooled on adolescent reproductive health. That's on page 13. And Parliament won't disappoint Ghanaians in LGBTQI plus bill passage. That's Chairman Semonsu, Majority Leader. This was live on JoyNews news desk yesterday. Let me read you a bit of the story. So Majority Leader, Mr. Chairman Semonsu, has given an assurance that Parliament will not disappoint Ghanaians in the consideration and passage of the bill that seeks to criminalize lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, etc. activities in the country. He said members of Parliament were representatives of the people, for which reason the citizenry should rest assured that Parliament would not turn its back on them. Essentially, he says Parliament will do what the people want. And the people, he says, don't want LGBTQI. So, yeah, they're going to give it to them. So Parliament won't disappoint. That's the whole point. And GSA commits to improve ease of doing business. In politics, Dr. Dufour woos supporters for NDC. So election 2024, maybe 3 years away, but former Finance Minister Dr. Kwabena Dufo has initiated a campaign canvassing for more supporters for the opposition National Democratic Congress. In a 1-minute, 21-second video making the rounds on some TV stations and online platforms, the question is posed: what does the NDC mean to you? Okay. I've seen another, there's another headline in one of the newspapers where they're saying that Dufo divides NDC with new video. I've seen it in one of the newspapers. I'm sure we'll bring that to you. Yeah. So I'm sure we'll bring that to you during the review, before we end the news review. Okay. So don't lord it over people. Minister urges MDCEs and make inputs for constitutional amendments before October 19. John Boydu is urging MPP members. And then other news. Just so estate residents call for improvement in facilities. And the story about the police impounding motorbikes. We have police impounding 344 motorbikes fighting crime road crashes in Tamale. In the center spread, recruits right caliber of staff. Dr. Baumia charges Legal Service Board. Water for All initiative to be rolled out this year. And communication experts build capacity in electricity regulation. And we go to page 26. Illegal practices at sea. Fishermen flee from patrol team. 30 generators seize. So enforcement operations by the Ministry of Fisheries and Agriculture Development has recorded 77 infractions, which are at various stages of prosecution. Another story here on page 26. Police grab suspected armed robber. So it says, luck eluded a 45-year-old man believed to be behind the breaking into houses last Sunday when the police overpowered him while he was attacking a victim at Oyibi in Accra. So every day for the thief man, one day for the policeman. 3 honored at Wall of Excellence event. Catholic Bishops Conference denies Muslim majority conference. And Accra Technical University launches 5-year strategic plan. Moving on to other stories. Newmont Achim pays government 110 million cedi dividend to governments. Okay, that's impressive. 110 million cedis. So government has money now. Well, government gets money all the time. Okay. And then Utumfuo Foundation to expand Benshia Hospital maternity block. And Angela Chermanting Jimo named among top women CEOs in Africa. So she's the regional head of IBM North, East, and West Africa. North, East, and West Africa. Angela Chermanting Jimo. And build stronger buffer for stabilization fund, PIAC. And in education, payment of affiliation fees. Private university colleges call for government intervention. I'll read a bit of that. So the president of the Wisconsin International College, University College, Ghana, Professor Obing Miriku, has appealed to the government to intervene in what he described as exorbitant affiliation fees charged by public universities that private university colleges are affiliated to. He said under the current arrangement, private universities are required to pay an annual service fee of 135 cedis per student admitted to the affiliated public university per semester, a fee he described as heavy. And Upuni trial, Supreme Court to rule on review on October 26. And Education Minister addresses UNESCO Executive Board. Support more companies to stay afloat. ICU to President. In sports, 2022 World Cup, Senegal through to Africa's playoffs. Enhance world title chances with Wabu fights. And we're talking about the World Cup qualifier. So yesterday, we have the Black Stars winning by 1-0 against Zimbabwe. And then South Africa also won their game against Ethiopia by the same 1-goal margin. So South Africa has 10 points and Ghana has 9 points right after.
Okay.
Okay, so that'll be it for the daily graphic.
Okay, so I'm going to get into, of course, the Ghanaian Times this morning. And on the front page, mental disorders. Ghana loses $5 billion annually, representing an estimated 7% of GDP. That's according to the Mental Health Authority, Deputy Boss Dr. Caroline Emisa. Ghana poised to open up renewable energy sector for investment, according to President. Government, 2 others launched housing scheme for government workers in Accra. Oh, I feel like I've seen that headline so many times in my lifetime. Housing schemes. What do you think, Israel? Seen it as well. Housing schemes. The government is launching a housing scheme for government workers in Accra.
No, that tends to work, actually. The government tends to. It has to do with it's because it's more like you confine to the government workers. They're able to deliver on those ones.
Oh, so when it's large scale, that
we've seen the police, we've seen the military. Government builds houses for them.
Yeah, and I think nurses, doctors.
Yeah, so they get to follow up on those ones and they deliver. But when it happens to be the large scale ones for everybody else, then the buildings will be done, but they'll be there. Nobody occupies them.
And then they get okay, Israel. Wow. Let's move on. Page 3 of the Ghanaian Times. Supreme Court rules on Attorney General's review application on October 26th. Accused opens defense in Major Mahama case October 18th. And 4 remanded for allegedly conspiring to kill family head. Anti-gay bill, Parliament won't disappoint. Majority leader assures. Kenya, Somalia. Okay, Israel brought you all those stories. Ghana marks International Day of the Girl Child. That was 2 days ago, I think. Quality rights and mental health delivery. It's a feature on page 9 and going into depth about the fact that we lost $5 billion last year because of mental health issues. So maybe it's about time we actually start to do something about it, take it really seriously. Joblessness among youth triggers insecurity, of course. Redefine leadership to ensure conducive environments for international development. That Senyor Hosi, the chief executive of the Ghana Chamber of Bulk Oil Distributors. Sami Jemfi concedes NDC made mistakes in election 2020. Now, the WHO approval of vaccines for children under 5 is a game changer. The Ghana Health Service has said that the widespread approval of malaria vaccines for the children under 5 will be a major game changer in the fight to reduce the disease prevalence in the country. Very interesting there. Ghana poised to opening up renewable sector for investment. Okay, I brought you all those stories already. CSIR CRI organizes capacity building workshop for sweet potato farmers in Asesewa. Do you like sweet potato, Israel?
Yes, I do.
Atomo. Okay, report sexual harassment. Report sexual harassment on social media to the police. So the police are urging the public to report sexual harassment that they encounter on social media platforms for investigations. Because cyber abuse and cyber all that stuff is a real thing. So stakeholders advocate stiffer punishments for impregnating underage girls. Okay, that's very important. Let me see that they've coined 2 hashtags. So stakeholders in the Eastern region have coined 2 hashtags to promote stiffer punishments for those who impregnate younger girls, which is very interesting. The hashtags are who make the teenage girls pregnant and punish the men who make the teenage girls pregnant. So we know that teenage pregnancy has gone up in that area. Also from the HIV reports, we know that a lot of older men are having relations with younger girls. So World Bank forecasts end-year inflation of 9.8% for Ghana. And okay, let's get into some sports. Curtis, critical of FIFA calendar, warns more injuries will happen. Gets vaccinated to play in Aussie Open. Minister tells players. Oh, wow. So tennis players planning to compete in the Australian Open in Melbourne should get vaccinated for COVID-19 to give themselves the best chance of playing the Grand Slam. An Australian official has spoken. Nigeria, not the best in Africa now. Of course, they're talking about football and the Super Eagles. Germany becomes the first team to qualify for the 2022 World Cup. Beaten Wilder has no plans to retire. Of course, that's Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. And Wilder lost, we know that. So, Israel, this one should interest you. 2,000 fans to watch Hearts versus Wydad clash.
Yeah.
So CAF has given approval to admit 2,000 spectators for the Total Energies CAF Champions League between Hearts of Oak and WAC of Morocco. Do you want to go?
No.
Why?
I would follow the commentary and watch it on TV.
Okay. Back page of the Ghanaian Times. Black Stars brush aside Warriors in FIFA World Cup.
Really?
Yeah.
Brush aside? It was 1-0. If you...
So that's why it was a brush, not a push. It was a brush. It was a brush aside, but congratulations to
the brush suggests that it was easy, but...
it wasn't.
Yeah.
It was, I remember at some point the commentator was like, well, the game hasn't been that remarkable. But anyway, but Israel, I mean, just a quick one, just before you go into it. It's interesting, though. I was asking a friend who was watching the match yesterday, does it really make a difference, the kind of coach we have? Because we've gone from losing games to winning the first two after Milo took over.
Well, it's become obvious that the coach is making a difference.
And he benched Ayu. I mean, Dede as well. Yeah. So, yeah.
So it's about having someone who can stick his neck out and stand his ground and say, this is what I'm doing, and there's nobody who's going to question it.
Or you can question it, but it's not going to change my decision. Okay. All right. Well, that was it. So.
Okay. So we move to the Finder, and we have the 57 radio stations shut down at this back. That story about the restoration of licenses also here. So on the front page, but the main story is on page 2, and so it's taking a different angle. Talks about 57 radio stations shut down at this back. So it says the governing board of the National Communications Authority has approved the grant of a total of 133 FM radio broadcasting authorizations, which include new applications from entities whose FM radio stations were closed down after the 2017 FM audit. And they're also asking the question whether they will get their frequencies back. It is, however, not clear if the closed down radio stations will be getting their old frequencies back. This is because the NCA allocates frequencies based on availability. So if it turns out that somebody else is taking that frequency, means you're not going to get it back. So yeah, that's the story is here. And also on the Finder front page, Chief of Staff institutes Teachers Motivation Fund for Zjavi Senior High. No Ghana card, no salary, effective December 1. That's the controller saying that. And I'll bring you that story. The Controller Accountant General's Department has announced that effective December 1, 2021, workers on the government payroll who have not registered for Ghana card will not be paid. According to the department, all existing and prospective government workers are to ensure that they are registered with the National Identification Authority and obtain their Ghana card numbers before December 1. So this goes out to you out there. If you're a government worker and you don't have your Ghana card, you should go for it.
You see, Israel, can I just say that, honestly, no. I'm not like Shedda understanding that it feels now it's beginning to feel like strong arming. Like there are some things you cannot do if you don't have your Ghana card.
Exactly, as happens elsewhere in developed countries.
I have my passport.
No. You have your passport, but I'm sure you have lived in the UK before, and it's important that you have a certain identity, which if you don't have...
I mean, they don't have like a UK card. It's either your driver's license or, well, your passport.
Yeah.
I mean, which is simple.
So what they're trying to do, I completely understand what they're doing, I completely support it. where we should be able to identify everybody in this country. We have people who would have 2 passports. We have people who can get 2 driver's licenses. We have people who can get, but you can't get more than 1 NIA Ghana card. You can't get more than 1.
Really?
Because you're using your biometrics.
I love how but passport too, you are using your I love how you sound so optimistic. You cannot get
optimistic.
more than 1 Ghana. Let's give it a few years. This is Ghana. Are you kidding me?
No.
I'm sure there's some quasi station set up somewhere.
The details that they're taking your biometrics, they're taking your...
yeah, they're doing that for passports as well.
I'm not sure.
No, they are doing it for passports.
So they're doing this and they're allocating 1 number to you.
Same as passports.
This one, okay, so they're putting everything together in the NIA, in the Ghana card, so that you can use your Ghana card to get your passport.
Yeah.
They're making things...
Even though you are using your passports to get your Ghana card.
They're making things very easy. And eventually, everything will become very...
I still don't understand.
What don't you understand?
I don't understand why my passport is not enough.
It's not enough.
Yeah, but why?
Because we're migrating.
To where?
To the Ghana card.
Yeah, but we still travel with our passports. And we're using our passport to get the Ghana card.
So you're going to use the Ghana card now to get your passport. Okay.
And still, when you go to the banks now, they're not accepting the Ghana card.
Really?
Yet. Yes.
Well, why are they doing that?
Because it's not fully on the system.
Why are they doing that? Okay, I'm going to call...
Passports, license. I get it. No, I get it. We want to do the Ghana card thing. Actually, I don't get it. But whatever. We're doing the Ghana card thing. But this is beginning to feel like strong arming. Like the whole SIM thing is complete strong arming because people, they know that, okay, people are very reliant on their SIM stuff. So if you don't why? I don't want to do, let's say, for example, I'm playing the devil's advocate. I don't want to do a Ghana card. I'm playing the devil's advocate. I don't want to do a Ghana card. I have a passport. I have a driver's license.
It is law. You have to do it.
It's also law that people shouldn't drink and drive, and yet look at the numbers.
Okay, so?
That was a bad analogy. That was a bad analogy. It's a really bad analogy.
But yeah, I mean, everybody should go get there.
The point is that the strong arming is becoming too much. And
it has become necessary. Otherwise, people wouldn't do it.
Yeah, but you see, the thing is, if we can strong arm at this level, why don't we strong arm on every level? How are people still getting away with not paying tax?
This is what we're trying to do.
This is not what, no, we're not. Okay. I don't believe
so. If everybody gets their NIA, then if everybody gets their Ghana card, and you're going to buy, we
need to speak to the NIA.
They should even use at some point.
Did you do it whilst I was away?
Which one? The
NIA.
No, we haven't done it.
Okay.
They should at some point make it impossible for you to buy electricity if you don't have your Ghana card.
Why?
Yes,
Why?
That way. We can identify each and every citizen.
And we cannot do this with our passports?
No, not everybody has a passport.
Well, not everybody has a Ghana card now.
But everybody should get a Ghana card.
So why didn't they just say everybody should get a passport?
Oh, no. The passport doesn't work. Because the passport, you need a passport to travel. The Ghana card, you don't need to travel if you're having the... So it's just a basic identity. I don't know why you're making such a fuss.
I'm trying to find... There's a story about the fact that the NIA and GRA offices where they're registering these Ghana cards are choked.
Because people failed to do that when we started registering over a year ago.
Do you have your Ghana card?
I do.
Which is why you are talking so much. I don't want to go and spend 3 hours.
So where were you when they were asking people to come get their...
They were doing it behind the building. I was at home. Are you people, they worried too
They were doing it behind your building?
No, behind this, like our building here.
And you were at home?
Yes.
But it wasn't only once. They came several days.
Yeah, I was at home all the time. I'm looking for the story. And now me who had trimmed me, so I'm doing advocacy for...
Okay.
Some people were sick. Some people were outside the country. Yeah, well, which is why the argument is that they're doing it now.
This didn't happen over 2 days. This didn't happen over 2 days.
Look, we need to have a conversation with the NIA because, look, I don't understand. And I know that there are people like me who still are not understanding. And especially this whole queuing thing.
We have to make you understand.
And so let's get the NIA.
See, What is it that you want to know that I haven't
apparently we're paying
What is it that I haven't told you?
How much is it now?
It's 250 if you go to the NIA office.
It's 250.
Hold on, no. 250 cedis if you go to the NIA office, head office, which is premium service. Okay?
Why?
But if you go to the GRA offices, it's okay. You can get it.
You can get it for what?
For free.
For free?
Yeah.
But it's supposed to be free.
I'm saying if you go to the NIA head office, premium
Why?
service.
It's the same. Can you hear everybody screaming why into your ears right now? Why? Can we please play Adina's song, Why? Why, oh,
okay.
Why, oh,
okay.
Why?
Why don't we get, okay, let's discuss this.
Are you resigning from your role as Chief Marketing Officer for the NIA?
Yes. They have to come in. They have to come in.
Explain that.
Yeah,
so we have to have a conversation with them because I think a lot of people are still a bit unsure.
I'm going to call Professor Tefa when we're done. Okay, we're supposed to be done with the news review.
We are
I'll call him.
Okay, call him.
And
let's have a
see
discussion about it. But
get him to
250 CDs, NIA.
For premium service, they have their head offices at Tetekwashi, around Tetekwashi.
You mean the old Tetekwashi?
Yeah.
Because it's the Accra Mall now. That's where Tetekwashi used to be.
Tetekwashi interchange.
So where is it exactly? Opebia House?
No, behind Standards Board, somewhere, if you take that road by Standards Board, that could take you to Gimpa. There's somewhere there.
Okay, all right. Anyways, this
of
has
course,
been...
there's a long queue there as well.
Even for the 250 CDs?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so this has been...
Because we like last-minute things too much.
Because we don't understand why we need a Ghana card. I have my passport. I have my driver's license. I have my voter's registration. I am Ghanaian. Yeah, exactly. Okay. Anyways, this is... what is this, Kra? This is the AM show. It's the news review on the AM show. We're having a discussion about Ghana card, which was completely unscripted. But I think that we need to possibly continue. I don't know. And we're going to try and get Professor Kenatifa at some point to have a conversation. Yeah. And we'd love to know the challenges that you are facing. We know that there are long lines if you're trying to go and get your Ghana card. Because right now we're being pretty much strong-armed into doing it. Like, you can't get your SIM, you can't do this, you can't register for this, can't register for that.
Because we like doing things.
Because according to Israel, who has resigned as chief marketing officer.
Because we like doing things at the last minute.
And if you're a government worker, you will not be paid if you don't have your Ghana card.
Exactly.
Wow.
This thing started a long time ago. I got my Ghana card a long time ago.
It's just a year. And he didn't join the queue. Did you join the queue?
I did.
Really? Of how many people? 2?
No.
How many?
Why is this about me?
Who else should it be about? You are the only person who is on your side. Haven't you noticed?
I had to wait for a while before I got my
What's your definition of a while? 2 minutes?
I didn't get it immediately, by the way. I didn't get my Ghana card immediately.
Yeah, you came back for it. But you definitely didn't pay 250 CDs.
No.
Exactly.
And everybody else in the queue with me didn't pay 250. It was free.
So why is it still not free?
It is still free if you go to the GRA offices.
And join 1,500 people.
Yeah, because you didn't do it when the queue was much shorter.
So it's punishment, exactly.
No, if you have to pay, there are consequences for everything.
Why should there be consequences for a Ghana card? Like, we are not 5 years old. It's a Ghana card. I don't want a Ghana card. I don't. Okay, I'm going to leave myself.
You don't want a Ghana card?
No, I do need. I need it because otherwise I'll lose everything. Exactly. Anyway, a lot of this has just been fun banter. The Ghana card is something that we've been asked to get. We've been ordered to get. So let's adhere with the direction that the government is moving in and get your Ghana card. But we will have that conversation because a lot of people who are struggling with getting it, knowing where to go, and all of that. So we're going to do that. Mainly for myself, and then you'll benefit as well if you're a listener. Just kidding. We're going on a short break. Israel wants to say something.
Before that, I want us to go and do the news review on my Joy Online because I've seen this story on the business page, and okay. So let's get to my Joy Online. Let's get to see the stories that are there. This one on the business page says government. Okay, let's start with this one. Restructured a Japan royalties agreement to be resubmitted to Parliament. I didn't see that story in any of the newspapers, so it's important that we put that out.
Is that the one that you wanted to do?
I'll come to that. There's another one. And then Justice Onyanuga was just waiting to sentence Opuni, lawyer tells Supreme Court.
There it is. Charging for Ghana card as part of revenue model.
Yeah.
What is a revenue model?
Because the first one, they said it's free. So everybody else picks up the card, you know.
No, what is that?
But then it gets to a point where they need to keep their business. I mean, they can't be giving free Ghana cards for like forever.
Do we not pay taxes?
It's a private partnership.
And there's a budget for it.
It's a public-private partnership.
There is a budget for it that came out of our taxes.
Okay.
If it didn't come from our taxes, it came from our cocoa and oil.
That was for those who moved the first time.
No, but you can't do that. If you're budgeting, you budget for your whole population. How do you say that this...
They budgeted for the whole population, but not everybody went for it.
Yes, so those who didn't
there are about 12 million who went for the cards for free.
It's supposed to be free. Otherwise, why did you bring the initiative? Did you ask our opinion?
There were 12 million people who went for their cards. How come you didn't go for yours?
That means that we have about 30 million, so that's less than half.
No, it's not all the entire population that's going to get a card. It's from 15 upwards.
Okay, so let's say it's left with 5 or 6 million. Fine.
Yes.
The point
the
is,
5 or 6 million who are just being recalcitrant, the 5 or 6 million who are being recalcitrant and wouldn't go for their cards. Now they're charging for it.
No. Did they budget for 12 million? We don't have to go. When we had to go, you wanted us to do my journal line. Did they budget for 12 million or did they budget for 16 or 17 million?
I resigned as the...
No, you cannot resign.
Officer.
You cannot resign.
Professor Tifa himself should come and talk.
Professor Tifa will do it.
He should come and talk.
He should come and do his thing himself.
Yeah. Okay. The business headline, if we move up, we'll see the business headline. It's indicating that we're going to need, the government is going to go for... going to borrow, government to borrow.
For what?
1 billion cedis in fresh funds in fourth quarter.
For what? For what? We just made some money somewhere in the newspapers.
Maybe some of it will be used to pay your...
The 250 cedi Ghana card.
Yeah, maybe.
Very funny.
So government will borrow 1.04 billion
as fresh issuance
to meet its financing requirements in the fourth quarter of this year. Its latest issuance calendar is revealed. This may indicate that government borrowing is reducing. Oh, sir.
I don't understand these things. It's like how the dollar, like you get less cedis for the dollar and they say the dollar is doing well. It's like, okay, we are going to borrow, but our borrowing is reduced. You are still it's okay. It's okay. We are going to do sports. We will be back at some point this morning. Don't go anywhere.